up, YouTube family? We got another one here, and when I seen this, I was thinking about something that happened in Virginia. We had a police officer that came to the church thing, you know, and he gave everybody, you know, some little badges and stuff, and
he gave us officer friendly badges.
Some people, you know, was putting in their wallets and flashing. That was me.
He put his in his wallet.
Uncle, he had one stuck on his chest.
He was a deputy.
You know, my uncle actually thought he was a deputy, right?
Yes, he did.
You know, he did, man.
And then
I thought I was FBI.
He did.
You know, because I flip on wallet. Say, what's
and
up?
his little badges right there.
Yeah. And I actually left it in there, and I was in the store one time, and I opened it up. I said, oh, my God, people look. Yeah, but when I seen this on YouTube, I actually just thought about this. I said, this man is actually trying to be the police. He must have got him a sticker.
He must have got him a sticker.
He got him a sticker.
No, he didn't get the sticker.
Oh, he got the hard one.
He got the hard one. He got the hard one.
He got the pen on.
He got the pen. He got the hardcover officer friendly sticker.
He goes grab this guy throat, right? It's not. They call him a little boy, a little kid, but he's like
he got a whole mustache,
4 years old, and he's just mentally challenged. But he grabs his throat and try to hold him there until the police come, which I think is just
that's insane.
Stupid. That's stupid. You cannot do the police job. Your job is to call the police, not do that job.
And so even with that, now they figure like, man, he's 24 years old. Either way it goes, if the man is supposed to have stole a bike, put your hand on the bike. Not on the man's throat.
Well, the thing is, the bike wasn't even green. It's a whole different bike. That's what threw me off. I'm like, wow, man. I mean, the bike not green.
Well, he got a leg stand on then. Like, what he got?
Not one leg, man. And this Karen thing. It's just to a point where he shouldn't have did that, man. That's crazy.
All right,
I could picture him putting his hand around my throat. Because what'll happen is that when they get there, my hand will be around his throat. They'll be like, I started this. You know what I'm saying? I said, no, y'all should call the beginning of it. It started out a whole different way. I just ended up with my hand around his throat. Both hands. Not one hand. Both hands.
So to prevent those incidents happening, yes. You just don't put your hand around anybody's throat. Yeah. I mean, it was a bike. Actually, the wrong color bike.
If the police officer give you an officer-friendly badge, it doesn't make you a police officer.
That's for little kids anyway.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it.
Let's get it.
We have an update. Remember the story of the young black male who was choked by the older white male. Remember that story? We have an update now. Let me remind you of the video. Here it is.
Say sold. I'm recording you. Let go of the man's neck.
Record.
Let go of his neck. He's not going anywhere.
Stole a bike right out of a friend of mine's yard.
Let go of his neck. Let go of his neck. Let go of his neck. Okay, you're fine. You ain't gotta hold his neck.
No, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it.
One of this kid over here, one of his friends stole a bike right out of a friend of mine's yard.
Yeah, I'm for real. I put on God. I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta touch his neck like that, bro. He a kid.
Yeah, right in the middle of the road.
No, he's just a kid.
I don't know what kind of bike. It's a green one.
They both got a green shirt on.
Yeah, but he didn't steal it. But
I don't know what you got going on, little man, but he don't need to be grabbing your neck like that.
Before I go to the update, let me remind you of what this incident is about. The white male you see has decided to physically restrain, to choke a black male for not stealing a bike, for perhaps maybe knowing somebody who did, and it's not even his bike. He's talking about it's his friend's bike from his friend's yard. This is insane. So there is an update. Let's put up the picture for a mess. Thank you. Milwaukee police are now investigating the incident.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. We got
mind your business.
Hell, man, your friend, your friend not even home. He probably home sleep. If he is home, he probably like, what bike? I don't even have a greenback.
If you're looking to start up a business where you can make money in your sleep, watch this. You're most likely one of the 40% of Americans who haven't
week in which a white male was recorded on video accusing a younger black.
I'm sorry.
Now, how old is his friend? And do he have a bike just like that? Think about it.
The boy on a blue bike.
Look, do you see the bike the young man is driving? Though?
That small bike?
Yeah, do his friend have a small bike like that? I mean, this stuff amazes me, man.
Oh, God. So you saying if his friend is the same age as him, which he look like he about 50 to 60, on a small bike like that.
Exactly.
Is his friend riding around on a small bike like that? I don't know.
Man, that's funny.
Well, I'm not in Milwaukee, so I can't answer the question.
Wow.
All right.
Male of stealing a bike while holding him by the throat. Now, he is accused of knowing the person who stole the bike, which is even more insane. While local media has refrained from using his name, as we reported previously, we were able to identify him through commentary and through commentary online, and we know that he's the 62-year-old Robert Allen Wysokowski Sr. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, police said the incident happened along the 2100 block of South 25th Street. That's in the Leighton Park neighborhood, about 4:40 p.m. on October 10th. They said a 62-year-old man detained a 24-year-old male for allegedly stealing a bicycle. No injuries were reported, and the individuals involved in the video have been identified by the police. Let's go to Mr. Wright. D'Angelo Wright, that is the Good Samaritan,
hero,
who decided to stop and record, that's right, and intervene. He was driving down South 25th Street when he saw the two individuals, and he decided to do something. While the police are investigating, the police have not indicated anyone has been cited or arrested in connection with the incident. But a department statement Monday said the matter was still being investigated and would eventually be turned over to the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office for review of any potential charges. So let me go ahead and show you why that's ridiculous. So you mean to tell me that the police can get a video of a criminal assault, they can investigate it, and then when they conclude their investigation, they have already told you we're not going to make an arrest? Please understand what this means. The police are telling you we are not going to make an arrest. We are going to investigate it, then forward the investigation over to the DA's office. Who do they do that for typically? Police officers. They do that for the cops typically, even though they have jurisdiction to arrest cops at any time. Cops can arrest cops. They usually do not. They will simply investigate, send over a recommendation to the DA's office. So why is this white male receiving the same treatment that a cop in that department would receive? I have questions and I need answers. For you to say that you're not going to investigate and arrest, you're not going to investigate and lock him up once the evidence is conclusive or once you figure out how to seal the indictment, I don't know. But to say, I'm going to send it to another investigative agency that has the authority to effect an arrest. That is what they have determined will be the outcome here. All right, Ricky Hale, the young man's uncle, did speak to Fox 6 News saying, and I quote, "Why would you come out in the middle of the street and choke? You don't know if that's a kid or not. You don't even know his age." Hale hopes for justice for his nephew. He's just a person that has a disability. He did not deserve that. He never said he stole the bike. At least 2 protests have been held outside of the older male's home in the weeks since. One by a community activist named Vaughn Mays. Okay. Mays said the video angered him because it immediately reminded him of recent cases where black men were killed by people trying to detain them without the police around, such as the 2020 racially motivated murder of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia and the 2012 death of Corey Stingley in West Allis. Now, I have to say this. The reason the cops have not arrested this man at his home, they got video evidence, they have eyewitness testimony. We know the young man did not steal a bike. Why has he not been arrested? Because the police are sending a clear message. They want you to do stuff like this. They want you to do things like this. And if you do, they will do what they can do to protect you. So what will the police do for him? They are refusing to arrest him, at least according to their last statement. They are going to investigate and send it over to the DA's office. It's not how this typically works. If this happened to be a black male who was choking a young white guy for a crime he never committed, for a crime he knew he never committed, this was a black male doing that to a white young male, that police department would have sent SWAT and everybody else into that home. You would not need a protest outside of the home because nobody would be there. He would have been arrested, possibly even denied bail.
He's so crazy.
In the latter case, a black 16-year-old was detained by 3 white adults after being accused of shoplifting. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner's Office determined that this young person died from suffocation during the struggle. The district attorney's office declined to file charges in that case, arguing 3 adults made a mistake.
Wow.
They had no intention of harming him. Here's the reality of the law. You do not need to form mens rea in order to be charged with a criminal offense. Mens rea simply means you had the intent to commit a crime. You don't need intent to commit a crime. You can have what's called negligence. You can have negligence, which lacks intent, but your negligence was so gross and so extreme that you knew or should have known it would lead to injury or death. That eliminates the requirement for intent. So when the DA said, oh, we're not able to file charges because they lacked intent, the DA is saying spin, because you can be charged even if intent is not there, if the actions were egregious enough to cause injury or death. They keep playing these games. These are games. These are games. They don't care about the law. They care about it enough to utilize it to their advantage. They don't care about the purity of application of the law. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about statutes. They care about enough of it to manipulate it against you. All right, Jeff, thoughts here.
Hey, pause right now.
First of all, again,
I'm not gonna say that all the law is like that. You know what I'm saying? You do have some that actually care. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know the situation is. I know a lot of times when I was growing up, we have police officers that actually just was assigned to that neighborhood. And I'm not saying this is the case, but they knew all of us. They knew the knuckleheads, and then if something happened, he was like, "Oh man, that joker there, man, he always doing something stupid. Yeah, we're not even gonna write this. We're gonna write this up. Nothing wrong with him. He all right. He riding a bicycle. He good now. You know what I'm saying? But he's a knucklehead. Yeah. So I'm not saying that he's a knucklehead, but maybe it went that way where the police officer that came to write up the report knew him, and then when he sent the report to the DA, whoever, he probably said, "Hey man, it's not really that bad, man." But at the end of the day, if you assault somebody, you need to go to jail.
Yeah, if you assault somebody,
you need to go to jail.
I mean, even as teachers, we're mandated reporters. So we have to report, if a child comes, is all banged up, and they tell us a parent hit them or whatever, or if they, going through different things at home, those things we have to report. Yeah. So you mean to tell me that, hey, if I see a child that's banged up, it's like not even worth reporting it, but I'm required to because nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids already be scared already.
He was wrong, man. You got your hand around it. Yeah.
I mean,
you got man throat.
No. Hand around the throat, punched in the face, hit, whatever, shot.
You don't put your hands on nobody.
No.
Point blank. You are not 5-0. 5-0 shouldn't be putting their hands on nobody. I shouldn't say 5-0. The police department should be putting their hands on that. Unless they have to
call it 5-0 if you want.
Well, the police department shouldn't put their hands on no one either.
No,
unless they have to, just to do them.
But assault, okay. But he say what is it? Negligence. Mm-hmm. What is it? Negligence. When you neglect the child, they put you in jail for that. But because it's come on, man.
It's assault.
Come on, really. They just want to change the definition of these words. Oh, it's not neglect if it's not a bruise, but it's neglect. Oh, well, we can't file charges on that type of neglect. Only the other type of neglect. Really?
My cousin went to jail for resisting arrest, nonviolence. The judge just threw it out of it. The judge said, "Why is he here?"
But he got arrested though, didn't he?
Yeah, he got arrested because he talked back to the police that
patrol,
that neighborhood.
He
told him, "Shut up! I'm gonna arrest you." He said, "For what?"
But this man had his whole
He said, "Resisting arrest, nonviolence." He said, "What is that?" You talking trash to me? I'm gonna arrest you for resisting arrest, nonviolence.
This man had his whole hand around somebody's throat.
And what he did, he locked him up, and he did 2 days in jail. And the judge let him go out the way.
He's in jail for 2 days for talking back at the police on.
So, man, and you look at this man had his hands around his throat. You got it on camera. You got a pedestrian that came past and pretty much has the evidence in his camera. Yeah. And he did a pretty good job.
And he was very calm with it.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. But, again, he was a young person. He didn't look too old either. So he's a young, guy that stopped to help out when he saw the situation happening. So that police department need to do better up there, man. They really do, man. It makes no sense. Yeah. Resisting arrest, nonviolence.
That's what they call it. Okay.
God bless this D'Angelo Wright for stopping his car when he saw what was going on. His actions could very well have prevented this young man accused of stealing a bike from either getting hurt or getting killed, really. Secondly...
Wait, look. How you holding the bike?
They hold me make shit,
You can't... Okay. So you got to hold the bike between your legs and hold his throat? Come on, man. Come on, dude. Come on.
The man who had his hands around a young man's neck who is clearly intellectually disabled, he has no amount of compassion or empathy for this individual. To put his hand around his neck for a bike that small, which cannot be more than $100, while kids are saying no. He didn't do anything. He didn't steal the bike. The man who had his hand around that young man's neck said the wrong color of the bike. And again, as you said, Dr. Ritchie, it wasn't his bike. It was a neighbor's bike.
Right.
All of this is messed up. And so if there's a lack of charges being presented and this man will not get arrested, it only enables people to wrongfully citizens arrest someone and give them power. So another thing, shout out to Vaughn Mays for organizing 2 protests outside of that criminal's house. I don't care if the police are going to arrest him or not for me to call him a criminal. That's a criminal negligent act, what he did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wayfarer's Way, eh?
Woo. That was intense. I mean, I know we laughed a little bit in that one. I mean, about it's just like you think about it, it's like, dang, man, you make sense. Like, oh my God, like, wow. But seriously, you really? And then, okay, your neighbor, you 62. So your neighbor who bike he stole was also 60?
It had to be a short bike. I would think it's a bike just like that. Think about it.
So.
You think it's a bike just like that. And then he was able to stand behind the bike and actually,
say it was
stand
green.
up and sit down on the bike. That's how short the bike was.
Yes. And it was a green bike that he said.
It's like he was holding the bike with his ankles. That's how small the bike was.
It was not that big of a deal. It's materials. It's materials. Let the police do their job. Let them come
that's
out.
Why I wanted to look at this because I want to let everybody know, the people that may want to take matters in their own hand, let the police department do this, man.
I mean, you also got to be careful for your safety.
It was a young lady on. I think it was beginning this year at Riverside, and she seen somebody breaking in the car or something, and she said something to the person, and that person shot her.
Yeah,
and that was sad, man. Some things, man.
Oh, they were breaking in her car,
and she said something.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And they're still looking for him, and it's just sad that it happened. But I'm like, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna call somebody.
No, Hey, I'm in my house.
I mean, it's sad she did lose her life.
I'm in my house and I got an idiot breaking in my car right now. Yeah, right now. He's actually breaking in my car. Can you guys send the police to you? I'm not gonna say anything to him because it won't be good for him if I do. So please send somebody out here.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
you know, hopefully if you try to break in my house, it's gonna be a different story. But
just saying. Oh wow, YouTube. All right, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep checking us out. And we will catch y'all later.
Love you guys. Peace.
Peace.